There's this one series to make magic happen. Stargate opening here from Trap, and Serral sees what he needs to see here to kind of have a good idea at what Trap is doing. Of course, we know that Stargate openings don't necessarily mean he's going to go into the macro phase of the game. He can just, you know, switch gears and go into the big gateway attacks, of course. Lots of tech paths here for the Protoss.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's the 3 Oracle play. It's a nice solid opening, but I feel like you don't follow it up with a 2 base attack on King's Cove. I don't like 2 base attacks here. I feel like you should be going into your 3 base, maybe get your +2, something like that, before you think of moving out.
Yeah, well, you have that nice sort of, especially when you wall off the natural like this, you have that sort of nice high ground third to defend at, so it's like a little bit harder for Zerg to attack into it. They generally have to come up with 1 ramp. Certainly, and we are going to see that 3rd Oracle here, so kind of had that impression, map, and just the way the Protoss like to play on it. Trap relatively similar to stats. Just comes on in and he finds a few more drone kills, lifts the Queen up with that Phoenix.
Yeah, 5 kills, really not bad. Didn't even take that much damage, to be honest. Now Mortal's on the way. 3rd Nexus coming up. Let's see if he continues to make probes at this point. Because he's on like totally fine economy for 2 bases, but is he actually going to just do a timing attack again? Okay, there you go, probes. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be a slightly delayed push. The 2nd Robo. I find this funny, right? It worked last game, and he's like, do you know what? he's just figured out, he's like, oh, Immortals are like really good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's like, every win I've had is involved in Immortal somehow.
Yeah. Like, what, you play the Protoss race? Yeah, no, I get it.
Well, the Phoenixes and the Oracle still sharking around, looking for any opening, any you know, weakness in the armor of Serral. And he is still finding drone kills here and there. The economy of the Zerg will hit a little bit harder. You want to be up into the 60s at this point. But the Roaches are on the way, so this little ground army of Trap doesn't seem like too convincing. So we can see that he is still, you know, is still probing back at home. The Prism, he definitely needs to wait for that.
Hey, look, he made 2 spores there. I think he heard my little speech.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good counter harassment here, forcing those probes away for now.
And forcing the army to come back home for a second as well. Ooh, getting into that Phoenix would be nice.
Ooh.
Go Queen, go Queen, go Queen! Oh.
Recall, recall, recall.
Yeah, he's kind of stuck up there for now.
Yeah, very annoying here. So now he's seen 2 Robos. He sees kind of the timing of both the Twilight and the Forge. So that is definitely a lot of intel. Now, immediately, an Infestation Pit comes up.
And you will never see a Swarm Host without a Nidus Worm. Not in 2019, not ever again.
No,
so they are on the way along with the Nidus Worm, the Worm from Down Under, ready to try and put some hurt on the Protoss side of the map. Oracle's coming again.
All right, not too much at a time. But by the way, we haven't really mentioned it very much. What do you think about this Blink upgrade? It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty interesting. It seems like maybe just Trap is using it for mobility to try and, you know, swing around, pick things off, and then pull back. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those. It's a relatively expensive upgrade, right? So it just seems like not something you would just get because you just have the money.
Yeah,
there's
normally
definitely a plan
Blink is
here.
Nowadays, Blink is normally a very late game upgrade if you even get it in this matchup. So
yeah,
just
like
kind of interesting.
It's sometimes an anti-Broodlord thing.
Yeah,
it definitely can help you against the Roach Ravager army. And potentially Locusts as well, actually. You can blink out of the Locusts and let the, you know, let the meat shield take the brunt of the damage. Speaking of which, some Locusts being used for harassment, but also for defense here for Serral. Biles connecting on some of these units for Trap as well.
Yeah, the Locusts come down. I think it's time to back up a little bit and let those things run their course. But no, he's actually going to fight right through, like you said, with those Archons, pushing up the ramp now, an aggressive blink forward.
Yeah, he comes forward here, but will those Stalkers actually break the line? The Ravagers are doing all right on the top side, but they're getting pressed up against the wall here as the Immortals really need to be respected. 13 probes went out on the outside of the map here, so Trap definitely needs to put some more damage on. And it's looking pretty good so far. Trap really knocking on that front door, and Serral, he needs to get an army on the front to stop him from getting in.
Yeah, great dodge right there as well from the Corrosive Biles. Still putting on a lot of damage, keeps his Prism alive, which is so important here. And with 5 Immortals left over, really the Locusts are the only chance to break through here.
Well, getting rid of that Archon is quite nice. That's one of the best tools that Trap has against the Locusts. But there aren't any more Locusts to worry about now, Artosis. Trap still has to fight back against the Roaches and Ravagers, but they're not that high in count. Trap with confidence, blinking right on top of the army of Serral. Looks like he might break him right here.
Is that too much, though? He's losing these Stalkers now. He's made a few more. The Immortals starting to fall a little bit as some more Locusts come out, as well as some reinforcement Zerglings.
Oh, the Prism is starting to dance around these Immortals. He has to go for another Gateway Warp in, I feel. The Locust coming off cooldown soon. Trapped with not enough units to stop these Locusts.
Taking some serious damage,
There's
drops
Muffins.
those in the back. Okay, another set of units coming up right now. Can he get this third? That would be big.
This is so delicately balanced here. That third base getting very, very low. Serral needs that to survive. Stats, or rather Trap, cannot be losing these Immortals, cannot be losing that Prism, and he has to pull back.
There's 2 dark red hatcheries right now.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get either of those, I swear, this one is like a Stalker shot from death, the other is an Immortal shot from death.
An aggressive sneeze from a Stalker will kill either of these hatcheries. Locust finding some more probe damage as well. Trap does finish off that hatchery.
Right.
The third.
The 2
oh,
Locust
here we go,
Serral.
here we go. Get it, get it, get it. There's the Infestation Pit up
No.
here as well. Biles getting down, but not really connecting with anything. This still feels so precarious for both players here.
Right-click that, please. Thank you.
There we go, all right.
All
Poor
right, so he gets
Artosis
it.
was actually like scratching himself. He's like skin's itching watching these hatcheries
Yeah.
still survive. Some of those Biles coming on down. Oh, a nice Locust wave here, putting a lot of economic damage. Even a couple just Locusts there in the natural. Serral still finding damage on the other side of the map. Trying to hold on that front line. His army's actually starting to grow quite a bit here, Artosis.
Wow, the blink really coming handy right there. The Immortals still pummeling away on these roaches, forcing Serral to retreat. Serral's on 2 bases, but Trap's economy's been destroyed as well.
Oh, Swarm Host getting caught on the north side. The Infestation Pit also about to go down, so no more HELL-MUFFINs. Roaches and Ravages, and whatever remains from the Swarm Hosts and Locusts are going to have to be used to hold on here. The Nice Worm also up here as well, but it's empty. Trap going for the aggressive Blinkers on top of the Ravagers. The Immortals dancing around with that Prism as well. Trap still putting on critical damage against the Finnish Zerg.
Does he actually have enough? The drones fighting bravely here as well. The one remaining Immortal continues to get picked up. In the meantime, the HELL-MUFFINs sending in these Locusts, dealing a ton of damage to the probes.
There is almost no workers for either player here. Both of their economies suck. Oh, this army from Trap, it is starting to make some ground. Serral has some Ravagers on the way here on the high ground, which would be very, very handy. And another round of Roaches and Ravagers are still on the way. The drones being pulled from the natural as well. It's all about units here. It's not about workers anymore. Can he stop these Stalkers? He gets them out of the natural so far. This Archon taking a wrong turn here.
Oh my
Where
God.
are you going, buddy? There he goes. He's still alive, at least.
Meanwhile, even more Storm Hosts popping out on the other side. It looks like he's going to continue that Storm Host harassment, but there's so few units left.
Oh man, Prism with the Archons here. It's got an Archon and an Immortal in it actually. And the Nidus Worm needs to return these Locusts back at home, surely. He is finding tons of probe damage, which is incredibly important because of how horrible his situation is economically.
You know what's funny is I think he only has the 2 exits. He doesn't have the entrance anymore because it was at the 3rd base. So these are
you're right.
kind of like stuck on this side of the map unless they want to walk all the way home.
That is true, that is true. But it does seem like Serral is slowly starting to gain ground here just with the Roaches and Ravagers.
Look at the supply right now. It's 90 to 35.
What? No, the back
Oh,
is
he
still
still
there.
does have it. What? Kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh my God,
Oh
are you
my
serious?
God.
Are we serious?
This is just unfair.
Pause the game!
Yeah.
Whenever anything
oh
is
my.
this low on health, it doesn't feel fair, all right?
There we go. All right.
Okay.
So the entrance of the Nidus Worm, nearly called it something else there, does get taken out.